Hey Ernie, looks pretty shitty out there, eh? You still look good though. So this is a day in the life of a dull Toronto winter. Boring. The alleys today are absolutely rank. I would never skate those. Dear neighbor, please do not tarry outside your door. Oh, hi. I won't be long. I won't be long, sweetie.
I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon. They sing on a sleepless night. Try to catch me howling at the moon.
Okay, let's talk about what's going on the screen today. So this is one of those days I went out because I haven't been skating for way too long. I needed to skate and I thought that there would be some grip to be had on this, and there was. I do propel myself differently on days like today. A lot more of those one-footed pedals will feature heavily throughout. And the slush isn't bad. If there's no ice below, it's not a problem. It's just, it's essentially water. I do have to be careful because some roads did hold the cold quite well, and they do have a little ice on them. It's amazing the difference 1 or 2 degrees makes as far as frosting up a road. This one, I'm just hanging on to things. The one-footed pedal is quite non-committal. It's a nice, safe way to coast. I should have stole that pizza. Not sure I could get away with it today. She could be a great runner. So the more slippery part, this streetcar track cement, is actually grippier today. Or at least more consistent. So I'm only about 20 minutes in here, and I'm basically skating the way I would skate if I wasn't in the rain or slush. That's what I've been doing lately when I go in the rain or in the snow, is trying to get a deeper profile and a longer stride. The only difficulty is when you can't complete your stride with that extra 2 inches, that extra 2 inches of push where you just recoil off your own stride and your foot comes back into the return. You can't really rely on that full extension and mechanical assistance to bring that foot back. You have to engage your hip flexors almost voluntarily on each stride. So slightly less bounce to my stride because I can't commit and follow through on each end of my stride, especially the underpush. I'm trying to find out how far I can push it, and I do find out later on today exactly how far I can push it. So as you can see, Toronto's quite open. There's so many surfaces for me to choose from. I don't really need to be in this park. It was probably a bad idea. There's a lot of dogs and tobogganers, stuff like that. I should be skating away from crowds as much as possible, and it's quite possible. I mean, I'm in the sport that can be the most solitary existence on Earth. So I'm wanting to pour the jets on here in this middle section. Like I mentioned earlier, it's very consistent. You can't really do a full stride there, like a power stride. The ones I've been playing around with more lately. But they're great for sprints. Perfect. This section down here, I'd normally be flying. It's a swift, gradual downhill, but I get as much speed as I want here, generally. But I actually had to work to get down this hill today. This is a really good illustration of how the one-footed pedal relies entirely on that foot that's supporting you. How you must put all your weight on that and just treat that other foot as an appendage that's almost concussive. You're not really putting any weight on it. You're just digging it into the cement. I like to think of it, okay, I'm going to be painfully Canadian here, but I like to think of it as the foot that's supporting you is your whole body in the canoe, And the foot that is paddling on the cement or in the slush is your paddle. You're not putting your weight where the paddle is. You're keeping it way to the other side because you don't want to tip. So remember that canoe. I really enjoyed sliding through the slush there way too much. Not quite a fetish, but it's a tactile enrichment. And a slow motion, sloppy ass power stop. Yes. So this sequence I really like. Leading up to the power stop felt smooth and I'm right on the mark. What was that? Was that a... That was a 9. And back on the speed pad. No? Nothing? No. Oh, back in the slush here. I thought I was going to sprint there. I tried a torso shot. I like those shots where you shoot a rollerblade and you don't necessarily show his skates. You just maybe show the background behind him. But yeah, a little bit of snow on the lens. The Insta-1 snowflake obscures the entire view. With this GoPro, it takes big chunks, which I can see with the naked eye, and I clear quickly. Look at that. I wish the Insta was as crisp as my GoPro. That's my dream. Well, I have other dreams too. That's not my only one. I could think of a few others. And you can see my stride getting a little lazy on the return. I'm not quite clearing the road. I'm letting my front wheel roll a little bit on that return. I don't remember trying to do that. It's not a technique to keep myself more stable. Though I could see how it would work. Maybe I am being pusillanimous subconsciously, and it's affecting my skating. You'll see it coming up here. My demise. Really don't want to fall there. Sloppy. Yeah. Didn't really want to fall there either, but that's not bad. A little something for the sickos out there that like to see me falling and floundering in the slush. You'd be surprised. There's people out there for everything. So this was a really frosty road, but I was able to shorten my stride and I felt a little bouncy. It was like one of those road skates when it's just rained, but not a lot, so there's like a road slime. That's what I felt like, about that level. A slow approach here, but I decided to try to get a couple more steps in because I want a real power stop. Not quite enough speed, but between the paint on the line. Would have got a 10 if it wasn't so slow ass. And this is a beautiful stretch of pavement. I was ready to go home and then I saw this and could not help but run it out a little bit on that power stride. So this was a great place to run it out. Get low, feel a little power, full extension, great grip. And the sloppy stoppy there, but it's not bad. The level of accuracy was fine. That one will remain unrated. Lost too many style points. Oh yeah, the pads I should have been wearing are all from Pro Skater's Place. I've got a great set of pads from there. Love my helmet. The knee pads would have been perfect. That was the number one thing I should have had today, because sometimes your falls don't turn into anything if you're just willing to bail early and drop to a knee. So yeah, that's number one for me. And the skates, of course, the Adapt GT and the Adapt GTOs and all my other Adapt skates are from Pro Skater's Place. And they carry an incredible amount of sporting goods for action sports. Just as an addition to my skate, I skated out to Bathurst so I could have this Richmond Street blast. Down nice and low again on the slick, smooth road. Very little traffic thanks to the Rona. Sorry. Gotta find the upside right. And yes, feeling great stride. Full release from fingertip to tail. From fingertip to toe. Oh yes, I'm just watching this and fiending for my next session. The next time I have dry pavement. We are so lucky to have wheels on our feet. Let me know how you guys are doing. Tell me in the comments below if you're getting out there. And for my final landing, what do we have? It felt like a forever slide, but it was like, bink. Kind of clumsy. Not very impressive. But I pulled it out. We're done. Boom. That's it. Stay low.